This episode of The Ancient Magus' Bride perfectly summarizes why I love anime. That Phoenix segment with Chibi, that was magical. Forgive me for the very, very cheesy thing to say, but it was. It really was, because I was sitting there watching the episode. I'm like, this is a good episode. It's got that nice vibe that it normally has. And I'm like, okay. But then, as soon as Chise's like, I need to get home, and you see her, like, summon these fire, fairies, they pop up, and then they put flames all around her. They coat Chise in flames, and she turns into this big, bright phoenix. It just starts flying through the sky. The music starts playing. I'm like, yo, like, this is so good. Like, this is such a good, like, scene of the episode. Easily, I'm not even gonna joke, I'm not even lying here, easily one of the best moments of Fall of Anime 2017. Easily one of the best segments. I mean, that was just too good. The music, to the art and animation and all that, just to the build up for that scene, especially for Chise's character, there was just so much meaning there. And then on top of that, just how the music was in the background. Seriously, it was just such a good moment. I'm like, this is why I watch anime. I watch anime for stuff like this. I watch anime just to give me these type of feelings when I sit down and watch just an amazing series, and that's what it was. Like, whoa. What a great way to conclude the first half of The Ancient Magus' Bride, because, FYI, if you're unaware of it, this series is going to be going on into the winter of anime 2018, so you don't have to worry about this being the final episode. There will be more, it will come back, so that's very good to hear, because we don't have to worry about, like, not having this anymore, because it's such a good series, and it would be very upsetting to already see it gone, because as we know, the fall of anime 2017 is coming to an end. So, yeah, I'm just glad to see we're getting more, it's not the end, and on top of that, this is definitely one of the best episodes of the series, and what a great way to conclude the first half and open up a new, like, plot point and character arc for Chise, because she has now changed and been reborn. So let's talk about that segment real quick. Let's talk about the message there. So, let's talk about how Chise, her character, she's always been someone that's been very unhappy, and she's always been scared to express herself, or scared to ask people questions. For instance, our main male character, Elias and all that, she's scared to ask him anything at all, because she doesn't want to be thrown out. She doesn't want to be alone anymore. She doesn't want to not have a place to call home. She doesn't want to be like that, and that is why she has been kind of navigating away from asking any questions, and why she's been kind of in the dark so much, is because she is afraid of that, and it makes a lot of sense because of her character and what she's been through and all of that with everybody she's been with, how she was shifting from place to place, and eventually, she sold herself into like, an auction house. I mean, all these different things, it was built up for this very moment. When Chise was having a conversation with the dragon that passed away many episodes ago, and he told her, basically, why did your mother not end your life? Why did she choose to take her own life, but she didn't end yours? When she put her hands on your neck, she stopped. Why? Why'd she do that? Why'd she stop? But then she chose to take her own life. That was a very deep message right there, because it really makes you wonder and think, for the mother to go out of her way and do something like that. Yes, it was a heinous thing, it was awful. But in that moment, the mother did stop. And when you really think about that, that is a big point there. She stopped, but then she took her own life. Which proves that there was definitely some conflicted feelings going on, and the mother truly did not hate Chise. The mother had something else going on, and there was just a bigger picture here that we just do not understand, and that the mother never hated Chise, and so she probably took her life because of the guilt of what she did. That could possibly be the reason. So anyways, though, I'm just gonna say, that build up to the Phoenix scene, when Chise has that conversation, and when she gets out, she realizes that she needs to express herself more. She needs to be a little bit more selfish. She needs to be able to ask people questions and say what she wants to say. And then the line, I love the line that Nevin said, when he said that some words, they ripen with age, but some lose their color. And I'm like, yo, that is words to live by. That is legit words to live by. That is such a good line, good phrase. Easily one of the best phrases I've heard in anime. I'm not even joking. That was a really good phrase. Words. Some words ripen with age, and some words lose their color. It just makes so much sense, because it's like this. someone says, I'm sorry, okay? Like, let's say you had an argument with a friend, and you should automatically go out of your way and say sorry. Like, hey, you know, I'm sorry about whatever happened between us. You know, you did this in about maybe a day after it happened, okay? But then, let's say you decided not to say anything for about a full week to a month, and then it eventually turns into a year. It goes with that phrase. Words tend to lose their color. For instance, sorry, it's probably no longer really going to cut it at that point. So, I like that message there. I like how he is basically saying, Chise, if you need to ask a question, if you have something you need to say, you need to say it. Because if you don't say it, it's going to lose its meaning, and it's not going to have any purpose in the future. So, if she doesn't say what she wants to say, then it's not going to help her out in the long run. So, really good stuff there. But anyways, getting back into the Phoenix scene, just like I said, this is such a good episode. I'm getting off track with a lot of things. So Chise was reborn into a phoenix. The entire Phoenix scene, when she had fire just wrap around her, it was a symbolic message to show that she has been reborn into a new person. Because, as we know, phoenixes in mythology, it is a symbol for rebirth or reincarnation and just, you know, change or whatever. And that's basically what happened there. Chise was reborn into what she was, and when she was flying through the sky and all that, and she was going to, you know, her home, her new home, she actually had a place she could call home, and she was learning to be a little bit more selfish, ask for things she wanted, and go to the places she wanted to be. That was just such a beautiful moment of the episode, and I'm like, yo, good stuff when it came to this. So anyways, getting off of that though, let's talk about the wand scene, okay? So the wand, I want to be honest there, I hope the translation is inaccurate. That might be a translation error, because when I was looking at Chise's wand, I was like, that's no wand, that's a staff. Like, I know the difference between a wand and a staff, because I played enough RPGs, MMORPGs, to, you know, role-playing games, like on, you know, Japanese RPGs and stuff. I played enough of those to know a difference between, like, a wand and a staff. I'm like, that is no wand. That is a staff. That is a certified staff. So that's probably a translation error. And I'm like, that's more of a staff than a wand. But even then, though, it's still really cool. I love Chise's staff. I'm not going to call it wand. I'm just going to say right now, I'm calling it a staff. Chise's staff looks really amazing. I like the color scheme of it, because, you know, how her hair was used for it. I like to have the bird on top. It reminded me of, like, Ra's scepter. Have you ever seen, like, you know, Ra's scepter or whatever? You know, that's kind of what that reminded me of. I was like, that reminds me a lot of something you'd see from Ra, you know, the god. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like the design of that. And then, I also like the fact of how Chise, when she managed to get her staff, she actually was able to use magic and summon those fairies, which once again shows how crazy her ability is, because we do know she's different. She can call upon, you know, fairies and other things to help her out, and she has an absurd amount of magic. She can basically do anything, so we do know that that was a possibility, which is still scary to see what she's actually capable of. Now, besides all of that, though, there is one thing I'm a little bit disappointed in when it does come to this episode. Now, it's nothing big. It's nothing like, you know, like, destroys the episode or destroys the series, but it is something I'm slightly upset about. It's just my personal preference, and that is the lack of clarification to magic. Because I like the series. I really love the world. I love the characters. I love, you know, Chise's character development she's been going through. It's such a fascinating series. However, there is one big thing that I noticed that this series is lacking, and that is clarification to the magic and how Chise uses this magic, to how certain other characters use magic. I wish there was a little bit more clarification. I don't know if this is like this in the manga, or if the anime is skipping details. I have no idea, but I really do wish that there was a little bit more clarity to how Chise does some magic. But regardless of that, though, it was still a very fun watch, regardless of my personal issue with the episode. But anyways, okay, so the last thing to really talk about, I would say, would be the bombshell with the mother. So, Chise has a quick little glimpse into her family. Before everything, you know, hit the fan, all the crap smeared over the fan, basically, there was a quick little segment where we see Chise and her family, her actual family, her mother and father, being with her very happily. They were very happy with Chise, and they were a happy family. And from what you could see from the scene, the father and the mother apparently could actually see the things that cannot normally be seen. For instance, the fairies and stuff. Now, apparently the father couldn't really see them, but the mother could, which was very interesting. And it made me wonder, like, whoa, so Chise's family might be mages. They could have possibly have been mages. And that really opens your eyes up and makes you question, whoa. So, we all thought the reason why Chisei's mother did what she did was because Chisei could see things which others could not, which in turn probably put a lot of stress on the family, and which is why she didn't want to have Chisei. That's what we all assume, because it would be creepy. It would be creepy if your child was seeing things and all that, and at that time and all that, people wouldn't understand, and so we all thought that was probably the pressure the mother was given, and maybe she was forced down that route, and she just made that decision to do what she did to Chisei. Who knows? But now seeing that scene, that gives us clarification that apparently the mother or the family was aware of the things that normally cannot be seen. They were talking about it, actively talking about it. So that's the weird part. But then, going a step further, apparently Chisei has a younger sister. Yeah, no joke. Like, what? So I'm going to take an educated guess here. I don't know if this series wants to go... Well, the series has already done a lot of dark things, now I think about it, so it wouldn't really be out of the realm of possibility when it comes to the Ancient Magus' Bride, but, you know, I'm going to take a guess, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm going to assume. I mean, judging by the way it was presented, that's the only thing I could logically think at this moment. I want to assume that the younger sister that the mother was about to have for Chisei, I'm going to assume that it was a miscarriage. I'm assuming a miscarriage happened. The mother was very depressed. Makes a lot of sense. I can understand why. The mother was depressed, and in that depression, she probably succumbed to inner weakness, and eventually did what she did to Chisei, regretted it, and then took her own life. I feel like something like that might have happened. I feel like that could have been the story there. Maybe that happened, but I could be wrong, but that's what I feel like probably happened to lead the mother down that path, especially after that was introduced. Unless Chisei's little sister is still alive, and if so, that's going to be very interesting. I wonder where that plot point of the story is going to go. I'm very curious, because that makes me really wonder, like, are we actually going to have another Chisei, like a mini Chisei? And I wonder what's been going on with her, how she been and all that. It really makes me wonder overall. So, that's basically it. I want to end it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this week's episode. And once again, just shout out to all those that worked on that Phoenix segment of this episode. That was truly a magical scene. So, yeah, if you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And one last thing, just to do a quick clarification. I know many of you might not care about me saying this, but it does need to be clarified, because I do see it every so often. People are telling me that they don't get notifications. So, just to do a brief FYI, if you have noticed you have not been getting notifications to when I upload a video, it's because you need to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button. If you look down below the video and you see the subscribe button, you'll see a bell icon right next to it. If you click the bell icon, you will get notified for when I upload videos. Now, if you don't care about getting notified for when I upload videos, at the very least do that for channels you care about, because it helps them out, and YouTube for some reason is very wonky when it comes to its notification system, and the subscribe button doesn't even really matter anymore. You gotta hit the bell icon now, double subscribe basically. So even if you don't want to do it for me, do it for the channels you care about, because it does help them out a lot, and it really will allow you to continuously get notified when a video is uploaded. So love you guys, happy holidays, please be safe, Chibi out.